Hey guys, what's up? I got a little bit of news today, a little bit of info. You can probably find it for yourself. Probably may have seen a little bit about it. But the Activision blog really dropped a lot of info recently, and I'll just get right into it. Some of the things that stood out to me. This one says Joel brings up another character, an operative named Kruger, wearing a helmet with camouflage frogman netting, shrouding the entire face and shoulders. We've been chasing this type of character design for I don't know how long. I've tried and failed miserably until now, when we've got it right. There's so much happening to make this look right. The cloth and the netting on his hat have to look a certain way, to render a certain way, and you have to see through it. Now, frogman netting, otherwise known as scrim netting, is what we saw on this image right here. So now it looks like we can put a name with the, I'd say face, but you can't see his. This operator's name is Kruger. He's a Jaeger Corps Danish Special Forces operator. But one thing he says is that you have to be able to see through this. So not only is this going to be on your character, but this will apparently affect your line of sight, your visibility. That's an interesting aspect. Next thing that caught my attention, he says, as we watched another playable operative, Zane, on screen, we marveled at the utterly believable torso-length cape flapping and draping over the character's body armor. Joel was quick to correct us that it is not a cape, it is a tactical poncho. Uh, I saw this thing a few years back and thought it was awesome. So he went after it and found the right character for it. This is stuff I've been wanting to do for years that we couldn't. At one point, I was told I couldn't do high collars or low jackets on characters, and now we can do a full poncho. This dude's badass. Now, there's a few different types of tactical ponchos, some with and without protective fabrics, but most likely it's probably going to be fashioned like these last two. Last but totally not least, this one really caught my attention. Says finally we took a look at the player's gun bench, where loadouts are chosen and weapons are augmented. Quote, this is where you disassemble and arrange your stuff, where you trick out your weapons and do all the cool things that go along with that. The bench, the scattered shells and bullets, and the weaponry on show, it all looks real. The challenge I had when we started this, give me a still screenshot of this and let me build something that looks like a gun enthusiast magazine cover to see if we could fool people. I think we're getting there. This is still pre-alpha. Again, putting very heavy emphasis on realism. Now, when you go to customize your weapon, outside of making a class, when you hit triangle or whatever the heck you click, um, you go to customize your weapon, and you have like camos and you have reticles and stuff. Um, Now it looks like all of that will be put in with attachments. So when you customize your weapon, it's going to be an actual like workbench for your gun. I don't know how far they're going to go into it. I don't know if they're going to do upper and lower receivers, or if it's going to be like overall camos or whatnot, or just like you go there and then you like pick kits for your weapon. I mean, it would be kind of cool to go really in depth with uppers and lowers, rails or no rails on your barrel, going like AR pistol or buttstock. And then in doing that and changing all these pieces, you can choose colors and stuff along the way for each individual piece. I don't know if it's going to go that deep into it, and obviously it's probably going to look more glamorous than the pictures I'm showing below. But this gets me really excited because it means that if they're focusing on realism and like authenticity to customizing a weapon, they're probably not going to go too crazy with like freaking clown camos and like airplane parts on your gun and stuff like that. Nothing that's going to ruin the vibe or the ambiance of the game. The realistic setting won't be jarred by somebody coming in with some gun that's got a big red nose at the end of the barrel and a green freaking afro on it. Now, again, I wish they would take it one step further and, like camos and colors are things that you earn. I know people complain and be like, oh, I want to buy all these, but getting them through earning them is part of the grind. That's what made the grind so great in the older games. And when you just make it to where, oh, I can just buy stuff, that takes away the grind. Your camo means nothing. Like back in the day, if you had a badass camo, it was like, man, you are good with headshots. You are good at getting kill streaks. Now it's like you have this camo. It's like, yeah, you spent your mom's money. Good for you. You just wasted $5. Great. So, anyways, that's the news and that's the spiel. If I get more info later, I'll let you guys know. Peace.